Can you guys stand up? The accomplishments are for these guys. Incredible job. Just incredible job. I think somebody told me that I look tense tonight. Did somebody say I look tense? No,
you look tense, Barry.
I look tense, but I want to add to the team member theme here. This is just a portion of the team. Obviously, you know we have a huge team with some of the best engineers in the world at Lockheed Martin working on this project. But there are, obviously, you know about the team at the University of Arizona, but we have so many other participants in this project, and I just want to rattle off a few because we owe a huge debt of gratitude, obviously. The Langley Research Center, they were responsible for all of our aerodynamic work, aerothermal work and aerodynamic work. They were exceptional on this. Dryden, the Dryden Center, we did a number of tests out in the desert to make sure that radar that we had to get that one signal on, just incredible. Ames Research Center, we had people at the Ames Research Center test our heat shield, all of our heat absorbing materials, also working on some of our ground software. I want to say a special thanks to MRO and to Odyssey. Odyssey in particular. Odyssey, you've been out there waiting 8 years to speak to this spaceship, and it finally happened today, so here we are. DSN, exceptional performance by the DSN. Goldstone, Canberra, Madrid, you all performed for us. We owe you everything. You were just wonderful. Some more international partners, Charles, that we shouldn't leave out. The University of Copenhagen, they've provided us the telltale. We'll get some wind measurements coming up pretty soon. The University of Neuchâtel in Switzerland, who provided us our atomic force microscope. Pretty soon we'll see things finer than a human hair, or 1/10 or 1/100th, Peter, is that right? Have a human hair with the atomic force microscope. And the Finnish Meteorological Institute in Finland has provided us a pressure sensor. So this is a huge collaboration, and there are hundreds of others, so forgive me for who I have left out here. This has just been an incredible partnership. Anyway, let's see, I guess you want to hear a little bit about the landing. Can I have the first slide, please? Okay, it took a lot of ribbing for this today. The infamous blue ellipse that I've spent a couple of press conferences here talking about was basically our 99% probability landing ellipse. What the team has done, and you heard how wonderfully ADL Communications worked, we have taken all of the IMU, all the gyro data as we descended through the atmosphere and propagated our way down from the entry point in the Mars atmosphere and basically calculated with some uncertainty where we actually landed. And the best data we have right now, you see a red circle on the right-hand side of this image, 99% probability is we're within that circle. And what has happened, and I believe has happened already, Brian, is those coordinates, or at least dead center of those coordinates, actually a little further south, I think they've adjusted a little further south, have been provided to the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter team, and in approximately, I would guess it's about 8 hours from now, thereabouts, there's going to be a pass over that area, and hopefully we're going to get an attempt. Well, we definitely will get an attempt. Hopefully we'll be able to image this lander on the surface of Mars. If we miss it that time, 12 hours later, we'll give it another shot. If we miss it again, and keep in mind the incredible accuracy of the high-rise imager is what makes it so difficult to spot where we are. If we miss it again over the course of the next couple of days, we'll be able to triangulate and really pinpoint where this vehicle is, and we'll get that image for you as soon as we can. Well, let's go to the next image, please. Please. I think I mentioned this a couple of days ago. It was fun for us to show you this image as how we rehearsed it on a simulated deck, but here it is. This is that one image that I mentioned earlier that confirms 3 of the post-landing deployments that we had to do after touchdown. You can see in the middle of the image what looks like an elbow joint. That's because it is an elbow joint. That's the elbow of the robotic arm. But the thing we were looking for is just to the left of that, which is the open biobarrier, that protective cocoon that we had put the arm in before we had sterilized it, before it was mounted to the spacecraft and then made its way to Mars. And it's getting ready for its deployment. Earliest that'll happen is on Tuesday, but we're going to keep monitoring the temperature for that. So we have confirmation that the biobarrier deployed. You can also see at the upper left-hand corner of the picture is the tip of the meteorological mast, or excuse me, the base of the meteorological mast. Unfortunately, we can't see the mast itself, but we know that the mast is up there because it's not lying next to the robotic arm, which we can see is open. So between those two images and the fact that that image was taken by the surface stereo imager, and we know from the right angle, we have confirmed with one picture 3 of the major deployments for this mission. And this is just exceptional. And we had a couple of other kind of important deployments there. I guess I have landing leg images. Let's show these really quickly. Can I have the next 2 pictures right in a row? 1, 2, that's a left eye and a right eye image of the landing legs. I guess what's most interesting in there is what's missing, which is we didn't really obliterate the surface with the thrusters, which is, I guess, fascinating and good at the same time, so that's really good news. All the data shows we came down with almost 0 vertical velocity. We were at about, what was the number, about 0.1 meter per second in horizontal velocity. Obviously, we were coming down at our planned 5 miles per hour or 2.4 meters per second. That was all programmed, so everything just worked like a charm. This was just wonderful. And with that, let me turn it over to Ed to give you more details about this wonderful spacecraft that's now going to be doing some great science over the next 90-plus sols.
Yeah, and maybe beyond. Thanks, Barry. Before we get into the particulars of the spacecraft status and the performance during EDL, I want to continue on with a theme that Mike Griffin started, and I'm a baseball fan, so I'm going to use a baseball analogy. The JPL nav team was just outstanding, and led by Brian Portok over there.